creating your at-home showreel. So first of all, what is a showreel? Well, it's a collection of videos that shows you acting and shows hopefully the type of characters that you want to play. Now, over time, you can develop many showreels. Perhaps you have a comedy one and a drama one or a commercial one. But to get started, you want something that just shows you, I would say, sort of playing characters in general. You can do this at home with your smartphone. They've got excellent cameras. So if you're helping your child with this, you can take them to different places or different rooms. You can use your house. Try and keep the background fairly uncluttered, I would say, but you can go out in the park and shoot them. If it's windy and things, you want to be careful, or you want to get an attached microphone. But most things, as long as your house is quiet, or you can make it quiet, turn off the washing machine, close the windows, make the house as quiet as possible, you should be able to create your own showreel at home. So you might want to write your own scenes. Perhaps you want your child to improvise. I find writing a scene and getting familiar with it quite good, but I've also let my child do some improvisation that's turned out quite well. Try and make sure it's well lit. I would suggest doing it in the day. And you need a minute and a half, perhaps. Really doesn't have to be very long. Try not to make it a really choppy montage. You don't want tiny little snips. It could just be one piece. It could just be one monologue. Especially if that monologue has a little change in it. Maybe it has a comedy ending, or maybe you think they're bad and they're actually good. I mean, that would be wonderful. But for me, to get started, I think I did about 3 little scenes. For example, we did one in the car. My child's playing ages 6, 7 to 11. She's actually 9 right now. She just turned 9. So we did one scene in the car, for example. You don't have to use this, but you can. And she had her puffer coat on and she was being really teenagery, playing towards her more 11-year-old self, and she was chewing gum and just being rude. We wrote a little scene where I was telling her off for being rude, and she storms out the car. Really easy, because you just put your phone on the dashboard, angle it towards her. The lighting was good in the day. That created us one scene. We had another where she talked to her cat. And she was sort of telling the cat that she'd had a bad day. She did improvise that one. She just sort of said, imagine you'd had a bad day at school and the only person listening to you was the cat. And that sort of played a little bit younger. She was lying on the floor stroking the cat. The lighting was a little bit softer, so it gave a contrasting scene. And I'm trying to think about what the other scene we did was. Oh, she'd prepared a monologue beforehand for a festival. So we did a clip of that against the plain wall, and we put those together for her showreel, and it's done up pretty well so far. As you get more jobs and more professional clips that you can use, you can put those together. I've also asked people if I can use clips from some of my self-tapes before, and I've checked with the writer and they've said, yeah, sure, that's fine. So I've put those in to my showreel. Yes, we all want something really snazzy and exciting where you're leaping through stuff. But if your child has a special skill like martial arts, then yeah, record them doing a bit of that and put it in the showreel. It'd be great if they could do that in character again, and you can be nice and up close with them and we can see their face. Perhaps they think about why they're doing the martial arts. But sort of all of these other skills are really good to have. But you don't need to put those too much in your self-tape. You can put those in your CV, which I will talk about in the next video.